In Full Zoom is presented by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. and IT&E.
Happy day, everyone. Nestor Licanto here. Welcome to another edition of In Full Zoom. And this week, we're going to talk a little bit about the U.S. Department of Labor's Apprenticeship Program. First, let me introduce our guests. We have Patricia Garcia from the U.S. Department of Labor. Phyllis Tapashnia is with the Guam Department of Labor. And we have an apprentice, Luke Weisenberger, who's going to tell us a little bit about his experience. But first, I'd like to start with Ms. Garcia. Patricia, if you could tell us a little bit about yourself and about the apprenticeship program.
Absolutely. Half a day, everyone. And hello to all of the audience in Guam. Well, you know, the economy is growing once again, thanks to all the progress made by science with the wave of vaccines and the determination and sacrifices of so many essential workers that have sustained us all through this pandemic. And the overall growth comes at a time when many of the COVID-related unemployment benefits are expiring. And that's one of the many reasons we'd like to address one of the avenues that's repeatedly proven to be a great resource for job seekers and employers alike. And we're talking about apprenticeships. I want to point out, apprenticeships are jobs. The apprentice is paid from day one for acquiring skills and increases their wages as they progress through the apprenticeship. The apprentice is also a student and, pardon me, is required to complete courses related to their job and can earn college credits. Those who complete their apprenticeship receive a nationally recognized credential from the U.S. Department of Labor. We're here to say that Guam is a terrific example of a job very well done with regards to apprenticeships.
All right. Phyllis, tell us a little bit about how the Guam Department of Labor relates with the U.S. Department of Labor. And Patricia, by the way, is is the regional administrator for the apprenticeship program, which oversees Guam and 8 other states, and she's based in the beautiful city of San Francisco. But Phyllis, tell us about how you interact with USDOL.
Well, in 2011, Guam was designated as a state apprenticeship agency. What that meant was we could locally approve apprenticeship programs, but work very, very closely with Patty's office to ensure that our programs are registered, of course, with the U.S. Department of Labor. All of our apprentices are registered with the U.S. Department of Labor so that they can walk away with the credential that Patty was talking about earlier, that the certificate of completion that recognizes that individual as a journey worker in that respective trade that they've gone to the apprenticeship program for. We provide a lot of technical assistance here on Guam. And of course, if we don't have the answer, we always roll back to Patty's office and her staff and say, help, we need your help. So they provide us with a lot of guidance with the apprenticeship program here on Guam.
All right, and I want to bring in Luke now because Luke has actually been through the apprenticeship program. Luke, tell us a little bit about yourself and why you became interested in the apprenticeship program and what has it done for you?
Well, I've been working here for 1.5 years so far. The apprenticeship program's been pretty good for me. It's a nice change of pace. I used to work in a restaurant, and then when the boot camp came up, it was a good opportunity for me to sign up for it, and I'm glad I got selected for it. And it's the kind of work I've always wanted to do. Hard labor work, you know.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about the work that you do.
Well, right now I'm a painter apprentice, so there's a lot to go into that. But my journeyman, my foreman, my supervisor, they're very helpful in guiding me and the other apprentices on the job that we're doing and how to do it right and how to do it safe.
Okay, and so the Guam Department of Labor is very much involved in getting you the work and also in helping you to move along in your journey as a journeyman.
Yeah, in my journey as a journeyman, yeah, school-wise and all that. Yeah, yes.
All right, and Patty, Patricia, Patty, can you tell us a little bit more about other aspects of the program? We heard from Luke. He's now on his way to becoming a painter, or maybe even further along in the construction trade. But tell us a little bit about what other things that USDOL offers in this program.
Well, over the last few years, we've invested substantially in expanding the benefits of registered apprenticeships to industries outside of construction, which has been our stronghold for several decades. So we have programs and apprentices that are working in information technology, healthcare, hospitality, advanced manufacturing, it's transportation and logistics, tourism. Apprenticeship is wide open. The model of earning while you learn can be applied to just about any industry, and we have over 1,000 occupations that are approved for a registered apprenticeship. So we're very pleased with that. And I want to say again, Guam has been in the forefront of developing new apprenticeships and exciting apprenticeship programs.
In Full Zoom will continue right after this.
In Full Zoom is presented by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. and IT&E.
GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information.
In Full Zoom is presented by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. and IT&E.
Yeah. And Phyllis, can you just tell us a little bit more about the apprenticeship programs that are available to Guamanians, and have you had any challenges in standing up any of these programs?
Well, we have, like Patty said, apprenticeship programs across different industries here on Guam. We just recently started our CNA, our Certified Nursing Assistant program. It's about a year in the works. We have our EMT, our Emergency Management Technician, with the Guam Fire Department. Information technology is also a big forefront here on Guam. We have our different telecom companies such as Docomo, IT&E, GTA that are very, very active with the apprenticeship program. We were active with the hotel, hospitality and tourism, but with the onset of the pandemic, that kind of set us back a little bit. But I'm happy to say that we did start off a program with our current duty-free shoppers. So they just hop on the bandwagon and started training their staff with registered apprenticeship. They saw the value of what registered apprenticeship can do for their company. So they've also hopped on the bandwagon. Our CNA program, they are the current cohort that we have are actually completing their clinicals with GMH and GRMC, and will be turned over to the respective employers so that the apprentices can now start their on-the-job training and become certified nursing assistants at the end of the one-year time frame. So that's exciting for Guam because of the COVID situation here. Allied Health has been a major push. And so having those certified nursing assistants go through the program is a big plus for us. We also have the construction industry. We have an intermediary with construction, that's the Guam Contractors Association. So they provide apprenticeship programs for their respective association members here on Guam. And of course, we have our ship repair facilities that are also taking advantage of the registered apprenticeship program. One of the things I do want to say is that we've been in partnership with our local Guam Community College. And as Luke had mentioned, they are offering boot camps, pre-apprenticeship programs to residents of Guam who are interested in upskilling themselves or just skilling themselves into occupations that they may not have had the opportunity to do, but because of registered apprenticeship are now able to do that. So the boot camp with GCC, and I'm giving a little plug in for them, provides them with the necessary soft skills training that a lot of employers see as a need, and prepares them for the industry and the various occupations that are in there. So we partner with them to ensure that there are employers available for these participants of the boot camp program. So we should be seeing a robust workforce in the next 3 to 4 years as these pre-apprentice participants get into the apprenticeship program in the near future.
That sounds fantastic. And Patricia, of course, as Phyllis was alluding to, there's two parts to the apprenticeship program. You need the apprentice, but you also need your industry partners. How do you go about getting that support?
We, in a number of ways, one of the best ways to do that is if employers are interested in starting an apprenticeship program, they can go to our website, apprenticeship.gov, apprenticeship.gov. This is a one-stop source to connect career seekers, employers, and education partners with apprenticeship resources. And that will connect the employer to what they need to be able to get a program developed. We have a direct line to Phyllis and her staff that can help any employer in Guam that's interested in getting an apprenticeship program going. So visitors that are interested, please visit apprenticeship.gov to get started.
Yeah, and obviously, there's benefits for the employer. Can you go over some of the things that they benefit from by participating in these apprenticeship programs, besides finding good workers such as Luke?
Well, besides that, there's benefits in terms of retention of employees, developing a loyal workforce. There are just a number of benefits. On the whole, an apprentice that goes through a registered apprenticeship program has, over the span of their career, generally makes about $300,000 during their lifetime, more than somebody who does not go through an apprenticeship program. That's a statistic that comes from a study done by the U.S. Department of Commerce. So that's a significant value, and especially in terms of talking about the economy in Guam and how workers and employers can contribute to that growth. Phyllis, I think, can also talk about some of the Guam-specific benefits that are available to employers who choose to go into the registered apprenticeship system.
Sure, Phyllis, go ahead.
Okay, well, Guam is unique in this situation. We have a funding source that comes from construction employers who bring in H-2B employees to Guam. They have to pay a registration fee to the Guam Department of Labor. And that registration fee is split between the Guam Department of Labor and Guam Community College. Guam Community College receives 70% of that registration fee. And that's aimed at providing apprentice type programs. And they they provide scholarships for all apprentices that are registered with the Guam Community College. And then they have an agreement between the Guam Trades Academy. So any apprentices that are also registered through GCA, the GCA apprentices, Guam Contractors Association, and register with the GCA Trades Academy, will get their tuition paid for also through this Manpower Development Fund. But another program that we have that we like to tout is what we call our tax credit program. It's our Guam Registered Apprenticeship Program, which is a tax credit program that's provided to employers, private sector employers that pay GRT, gross receipts taxes. These employers can get a 50% tax credit on their total expenses in training an apprentice. And the onesies and twosies here may not sound so interesting, but when we talk about getting a tax credit on the apprentices' salaries and benefits, the journey workers' salaries and benefits. And when we say journey worker, this is the individual that provides the mentorship to the apprentices, because at all times during the apprentices on the job training component, they are paired up with the journey work, and that's how the knowledge is transferred from the from the apprentice, from the mentor to the apprentice. So the company can get a tax credit out of that. And in addition, they also can get tax credits for personal protective equipment and apply that towards their monthly gross receipts taxes. So over the past, we started the program giving out taxes in like 2009 and all the way up to 2020. And we have provided a tax credit of 38 point something $million to registered apprenticeship sponsors and employers on Guam. And we feel that that's a great contribution because, we have these apprentices who are now earning as they learn. They become model citizens for the island because they go out and they spend their hard-earned money on buying homes, starting out their families, and contributing to the tax programs here on Guam. So it's a win-win situation for the employer, for the government of Guam, for, of course, the apprentice with the utilization of the tax credit program on Guam.
Still more in full Zoom ahead. Don't go away.
In Full Zoom is presented by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. and IT&E.
GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information.
In Full Zoom is presented by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. and IT&E.
Yeah, and talk a little bit about, let me ask both you and Patty to talk a little bit about how the apprenticeship program can factor in right now, as during this pandemic. We've got the PUA, the Pandemic Unemployment Insurance Program, ending in a couple of weeks, actually. And we also have a lot of unemployment because of the virtual shutdown of the tourism industry. So a lot of people are unemployed, and a lot of people will no longer have that unemployment that they've been relying on for the past 6 months to a year. So Patty, how can this apprenticeship program benefit those folks?
Well, I think that's one of the key things that we at the U.S. Department of Labor want to make everyone aware of, that there are some additional opportunities, and realizing that the pandemic unemployment benefits are coming to an end. Apprenticeship can be a key strategy for business and for those who are looking for work. We have, there are tremendous opportunities that are available, and through the resources of U.S. Department of Labor and the Guam Department of Labor, we stand prepared to help with needs in the community, to help career seekers and help employers. To give you an idea of the scope of registered apprenticeship, in our federal fiscal year 2020, more than 221 individuals nationwide entered the apprenticeship system, and there were over 636 apprentices obtaining skills they need to succeed while earning wages they need to build financial security. And Guam and its program is really a key partner in that. I want to really emphasize the fact that Guam is truly a leader in the national apprenticeship system, with the programs and especially the support that the Guamanian government has given to registered apprenticeship in terms of some of the tax benefits and other support for the Guam Department of Labor in their efforts.
Phyllis, you want to add to that?
Sure. One of the things that we're also looking at here, because in addition to working with the State Apprenticeship Agency, I am also housed here at the American Job Center. And so one of the things that we are trying to work on is, of course, reskilling our employees that have been affected by the pandemic. And because of the situation with tourism, the tourism industry, it's gonna, it's gonna be a while before that comes up. And so we have all of these employees with the industry that need to be reskilled and retrained. And so we're looking at the Registered Apprenticeship Program being utilized in that fashion.
All right. And Luke, let me ask you, how did you learn about the apprenticeship program, and how difficult or how easy was it rather to get involved and to apply and finally land a job?
Well, I learned about it from GCC website about a boot camp for Campus Marine, and my wife actually did a lot of the signing up for me to do it, but filled out the paperwork, turned it into GCC, then they gave me a call back for an interview, and I was selected. It was a good setup for the boot camp, and went through it, and now I'm here.
Yeah. And is it something that you'd recommend to your friends, and what would you say to them?
Oh yeah, especially apprenticeship. Yeah, it's a good way. I like to say it's getting paid to go to school, because on the job training and all that. It's a good opportunity also for people who want to gain skills, and especially I like to say I want to learn more skills. It's not just in painting, but then you also get to witness other people's skills like welding and that kind of stuff, especially in the ship course and ship repair. And yeah, it's a unique industry to be in, especially for Guam. We have the Navy right here. We also have our own tugboats and other boats and ships that come here, especially for Guam.
Yeah. And Patty, as Luke mentioned, it is kind of a earn to learn program.
Absolutely.
Or was it learn to earn?
Earn and learn. Yes, that's an integral part of the apprenticeship, is having that related instruction alongside of what the apprentice is learning right there on the job. And I think I mentioned before that apprentices can earn college credits for those courses that they're taking during the course of their apprenticeship. Also, I think, Nestor, it's important to understand there are so many occupations right now where apprentices are doing essential work to keep our economy going through the pandemic. Construction projects. Phyllis referred to allied health. That is so important during this period of time. Logistics, transportation, warehousing, just a myriad of occupations that employers can use registered apprenticeships to grow their workforce.
We're going to take a short break and be back with more In Full Zoom. Stick with us.
In Full Zoom is presented by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. and IT&E.
GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information.
In Full Zoom is presented by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. and IT&E.
All right, and Phyllis, for prospective apprentices that are out there listening, and to prospective employers who want to become involved in the program, tell us how they can do that. First, let's start with the prospective apprentices.
Well, one of the things we highly encourage is, one, the apprentice needs to go ahead and register on our Hire Guam website. And one of the reasons for that is because we are encouraging our registered apprenticeship employers to please register all of their job openings with registered apprenticeship on our Hire Guam website. So it'll connect the job seeker with the employer. And for those prospective employers that want to become registered apprenticeship sponsors, please contact our office. We are at the American Job Center, and you can get us at 671-300-4572, or contact our front desk. And if I'm not in the office, they'll track me down and say, contact this registered apprenticeship, prospective registered apprenticeship sponsor. We also have our business services unit, whose role is to go out and speak to employers around the island to introduce them to the various programs that are available at the American Job Center, and they will introduce them to registered apprenticeship here on Guam also. So the AJC's number is actually 475-7000, and that will connect the prospective employer or prospective apprentice applicant to either our business services unit or to my office. Okay.
How many apprentices do we have in the program now, and how many more can you handle?
Well, we have currently 600 apprentices on Guam, and we have over 50, I want to say 50 different occupations that they're in, and the sky's the limit in terms of the apprenticeship program. It's all employer driven. It's employer driven, but the thing I do want to stress with the apprenticeship program is that upon completion of the apprenticeship program, the apprentice walks away without a student debt, and they have a job. They're earning as they learn, and the employer has gained a journey worker that will now be a leader in their respective companies.
All right. We only got a couple of minutes left, but I wanted to give Luke and Patty a last word. Luke, can you make a pitch for the apprenticeship program, especially given the experience that you're going through?
It's good money. It's a lot of skills you learn, depending on what you want to learn. The education is there also. You have a job, so you don't have to worry about like I said, you earn as you learn, and the opportunity is vast. There's so many different trades and skills you can learn in the apprenticeship program.
All right, congratulations to you and best of luck. And Patty, can you wrap us up and give us your final message and pitch from the U.S. Department of Labor in beautiful San Francisco there?
Okay. Well, I want to thank you again, Nestor, for inviting the U.S. Department of Labor and the Guam Department of Labor to be part of your program today. And Luke, you're a wonderful spokesperson for registered apprenticeship. I'm really glad that you were able to join us. I want to encourage everybody that's watching, whether you are interested in becoming an apprentice, or if you're a business that is interested in starting an apprenticeship program, please avail yourself of the Guam Department of Labor's hireguam.com website or USDOL's apprenticeship.gov. Thanks again.
All right, Patricia Garcia is with the U.S. Department of Labor. We have Phyllis Tapasnia, who is with the Guam Department of Labor. And of course, Luke Weisenberger is a successful apprentice of those programs. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, I'm Nestor Licanto. Thanks, everyone, for watching. We'll see you again next week on In Full Zoom.
In Full Zoom is presented by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. and IT&E.